Hello, everyone. All right. Hello. Is this on? Hello. All right. So as she kind of went over, I'm going to repeat. My name is Dezalynn Tiell. It's nice to see you all. It means a lot that you guys came tonight. So I am a current student at Leeward Community College in Pro City specifically. I am a second-year intern at Mākaha Studios, which I will go into further detail as to what we do there. And this is kind of a different role for me because usually I'm telling stories of others in my community, and right now this is my first time being able to tell my story to you all, so bear with me. So to start off, everything in my freshman year was, what do you want to be when you get older? Or it was a question like, what is it that you're interested in? You know, you get those constant questions and you ask yourself, you know, what is it that I want to be? And it took me a while to kind of decide, but see, when I became a sophomore in high school, I didn't really come to a decision. I kind of just followed my gut, and I went into what was called New Tech Academy in Wai'anae High School. So I joined yearbook. I thought it was interesting. It would be a way for me to go out of class and take pictures and have fun instead of just sitting down listening to your teacher. So after I had experience with that, my teacher, Mr. Britt, he is the teacher for the yearbook side. He liked my stories. He appreciated it. He kind of told me that I had the talent, so he moved me on to what was called the advanced news class, and I was privileged to be a part of that. So I did continue that on, and as you can see here, these are a couple of pictures of me speaking for PBS Hawaii Hikino. I am also sharing a story at Wai'anae High School, a sports story. So I got really comfortable in front of camera. I wasn't really confident before, but SP kind of gave me the confidence that I needed. And this is what made me interested in becoming a storyteller. So I came to the conclusion that I wanted to be a broadcast anchor for a local news station in Hawaii. Being from Wai'anae, I feel like I'm familiar with Hawaii itself, being able to represent my community, and I think that I'd be capable of doing that for this island. So moving on, I'd like to show you an award-winning story. It's an example of storytelling in a great way of my community itself, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So this is my very first news story that was a national award-winning sports story.
The instinct, the power, the ability. I mean, he's like shot out of a cannon.
6'2", 300 pounds of cannonball, or
one of the best that has ever played that position in the state of Hawaii.
Kennedy Tulimasiali'i is on the fast track to college, a top 5 prospect in the state of Hawaii.
And that's just amazing.
UNLV, Cal, USC, Washington State, Alabama, Georgia. Georgia.
He's so good, recruiters have run him over with letters of intent, enough to fill 3 size 14 shoe boxes.
The one from Stanford is at class.
In these boxes lay his future, but now it's his turn to call the plays.
I want to be a professional NFL player. If not, I want to pursue in the criminal justice.
Kennedy kept his head in the books to make sure becoming a lawyer was always an option, although playing in the NFL is his dream. However, after the final whistle is blown, a strong dose of reality hits. Only 1% of high school seniors nationwide are drafted onto an NFL team. A number of most seniors here at Wai'anae High fail to understand.
Hey, mister, we gotta write down the example.
You should.
Most of our student athletes are not scholars, and we don't prepare them to go on to, we don't have that culture.
Now, it looks more complicated when you look at the definition.
It's not just the football team. Across the board, athletes at Wai'anae High School are not going on to college, leaving the question, where is the student and student athlete?
So again, we have superscript, which is the numbers written above the symbol.
So this going to be 2, this going to be 1.
Very good.
The school's only initiative to make sure athletes maintain their grades are through bi-weekly grade checks.
My grades are always up there during football season, or whenever any sports I play, my grades are kind of high.
In other words, academics is not part of their
Go.
At home, bi-weekly isn't enough.
How's the grades?
Better.
Better meaning
ABC.
Mom, dad, sister, everybody gets into the act of making sure Kennedy is supported.
Lucky they're here. They're the main reason why I go through football. The struggles I see them go through life, I promised my dad I'd help them and treat them if I make it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Miss, what is there after football?
Your career goal. So is there life after football? Yes.
That's the answer that many athletes in Wai'anae need to hear. For now, Kennedy will continue working on maintaining his standing in the class. If he can hit the books as hard as he hits the quarterback,
How about that?
he'll have a strong grip on his future. This is Dezalynn Tiell reporting from Wai'anae High School for Hikino.
All right, so that story was definitely a breaker for sports. I got a lot of comments on it, on how it really brought out the truth, because when it comes to sports, a lot of people really do focus on talent other than being a student before an athlete. So that really did kind of impact the whole view on my talent in storytelling. And not only did this win awards, but I feel like SP really did make a cure for me to use the negative stereotypes in Wai'anae to push me to be where I am today. And to continue on with that, I did become a cheerleader for Wai'anae, and I was able to represent the state of Hawaii twice. And my title began with Miss Teen Wai'anae, and I ended up being Miss Teen Hawaii eventually. And I'm proud to share this because I specifically put Wai'anae within, because I feel like I hold Wai'anae inside of me wherever I go. I am very proud. As we know, Wai'anae does have its stereotypes, and I feel like that is exactly what storytelling does for me. It helps me to show people the side of Wai'anae that not much sees. It really depends on the reporter itself to be able to tell a strong story, to change those mindsets of the people and how they see Wai'anae. So an example would be when I went with SP to what was called Student Television Network. You take a handful of students up to the mainland, and we compete doing stories such as this. And it was different because when I got there, a lot of people looked up to me because I was from Wai'anae. So it was different because here in Hawaii, when you tell someone you're from Wai'anae, they kind of look at you a little funny. And they think, oh, okay, she's from Wai'anae, you know? But when I was in the mainland, they were like super inspired. They were like, oh my gosh, you're from Wai'anae. And it was because of the stories I told. And that's the kind of impact that I wanted to make. And that's what really drove me to become a reporter and what makes me want to still pursue that career of mine, because of the strong stories. So I want to be able to carry that out through my college career and be able to tell amazing stories so that eventually we will get that kind of feedback from people and we won't have to worry about those stereotypes eventually. So moving forward, as I said, I am a second-year intern at Mākaha Studios, and I was introduced to a program called Kauhale by Nikki there. She is a blessing to me because she helped me to move forward from high school to after high school, being able to go to college. I am the first out of my family to be a college student. So I didn't really know how to apply for classes and what I needed to do. And so this program really did help me, and I hope that it inspires you all to, you know, maybe get your kids to join or maybe join yourself, because this program, as you can see, Mākaha Studios is a for-profit organization that is branched from Searider Productions. It takes students that are storytellers, as you can see, and we're able to work for, here at this event, we worked for Colleen Hanabusa, and we're able to meet many professionals in our field. We get to work with many different things, such as working with Hawaii News Now and meeting the governor and being able to film his inauguration. So there's many other things that we have been able to do, and it's such a blessing to put it on my resume, and I'm able to tell them I have all this experience, not just from high school, but after high school. And I'm working till this day. Right now we're working for a Wai'anae Coast comprehensive commercial. I mean, the list goes on as to how much opportunities Kauhale itself gives to me. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that and how Kauhale does pay for your tuition to go to school. And they keep you on track, and I think it's the best way to do it because we are part-time workers as well as full-time students, and we need to balance that out, but we also need to get over that big transition from high school to college, and I think that Leeward is really that answer for that. You know, it prepares you for your four-year university experience, and so it wasn't just Kauhale, but of course Leeward Community College has prepared me, and I feel like I'm ready for university. So I have one more video to share with you, which shares about Kauhale. It'll give you a brief about what it is that we do on the agricultural side and some of the media side, and yeah, so I hope you enjoy it.
Kauhale would be community. Kauhale represents vehicles in our community that take youth in our community and get them places. It's a vehicle or internships or programs that are put out for people in our community to benefit from and experience and pick up the skills that they need to better themselves in life and get along and get ahead.
To understand why Kauhale is needed is to understand the different organizations that are comprised of Kauhale. Ma'o Organic Farms is one of them. Searider Productions and Mākaha Studios is the other. And these three organizations which comprise Kauhale were all designed with grassroots initiatives designed by community stakeholders by which they could address the issues that they saw in their community.
It pretty much is just a family of people working together, you know, for one common goal, and to show that Wai'anae and the community and the area that we live in, you know, we can become something, we can do something with ourselves.
People look at the partnership with Ma'o and Mākaha Studios and Searider Productions as odd a lot because they think, well, what does organic farming have to do with digital media?
When you think farming, you don't think cameras. When you think cameras, you don't think farming. But that's the point. You know, we want to prove to people that it's not about farming and cameras, it's about people. All three organizations have the same like-minded people.
These organizations in isolation were doing three things well. First, they're creating a vehicle by which a traditional practice was made relevant in a modern context. Second thing we were doing well was creating opportunities for education for a community of learners that learn with their hands, they're tactile. And the third thing we were starting to do is to create industries in the community that are locally owned and locally situated.
Our whole goal is to really empower our youth to become the leaders within our community, whether it's through digital media or whether it's through organic farming.
With my experiences throughout Kauhale, I've been able to work on my storytelling skills, and I was able to kind of find myself, like find out what I want to do later in life. I want to be a storyteller, and I want to tell stories with a camera, and I just feel like it's me.
I learned how to plan my life out better, and by going to Ma'o, I learned to persevere, push myself more.
We have some of the most talented, most professional, most heartfelt, most unbelievably extraordinary people, you know, you can imagine. And for a long time we've been an external kind of machine where we have these people in our community and then they go off and they go somewhere else and make a living or do great things. We want them to stay in our community and do great things and, you know, continue to grow our community from within instead of having other people come in and say this is what you need to do.
You know, the bottom line is we want to make our community a better place to live, work, and play. And until that happens, we have to continue to put these kinds of programs in place to help grow our leaders.
My name is Ku'ulelani Sampson.
My name is Chanel Colin.
I'm Andrew Amps.
I am Timothy K. Bradley, and I am Kauhale.
I am Kauhale.
I am Kauhale.
We're Kauhale.
So with that being said, I am going to finish that off. I am Kauhale, I am Mākaha Studios, I am Wai'anae. I am Dezalynn Tiell, and I will be your future news reporter. To myself. To make an impact.